Welcome back to another OhmLab tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about how to quickly and easily tune your drum samples. Okay, this is not one of those steps that's absolutely necessary in music production, but it is one of those things that when you take your stuff to a big studio and you pay a lot of money to have everything come back absolutely pristine and polished and professional sounding, this is one of those little details. And all of those little details that happen throughout the process add up over time, and they result in just a fabulous sounding track. So if that's what you're wanting to achieve with your music, this is one of those things to pay attention to. So we just grabbed a kick sample at random. Okay, and we will now go ahead and toss a tuner on there so we can see exactly what this kick is tuned to. Okay, looks like a pretty steady A. Now, these tuners, kick drums, these aren't sustained notes, so it takes a few hits for a tuner to actually recognize it, and it's not going to give you a consistent and constant steady reading. It's not like tuning a guitar or something where you have sustained notes to work with. So just something to be aware of. So again, this is tuned to A, and let's just pretend that our project is C. Now there are a few different ways that you can go about doing this, but we're actually going to show you one way specifically that's not only quick and easy to do, but it's also very light on CPU demands, which is, when you're working on tracks or songs that have a lot of tracks and have a lot of plugins being used, whatever, CPU is always something to be aware of, especially with electronic music where, tuning drum samples might be a little bit more common. Okay, so without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this. We're going to add a software instrument track, and on that track we're going to load a sampler. And we're just going to use the EXS24 sampler here in Logic. And if you are not using Logic, you do have other samplers that you can use. All DAWs have a native sampler, a library sampler that comes with it. In fact, Logic has more than one. You can also use Contact from Native Instruments. There are plenty of solutions out there. Okay, so go ahead and grab your favorite sampler, or the closest one to you. And we'll just click this edit button right here on the EXS24, and it's going to open up kind of the back end window of the sampler. And we just grab this sample right here from our arrangement window and just drop it right in there, and you can see now it's been mapped across all of these keys. And as we play, you can hear that it also affects the pitch, but that's not actually how we're going to use this. So you can go ahead and click off that little pitch there. Okay. So now it's the same. So it really doesn't even matter where you start or what key you use. Go ahead and click this little close sign here, or button, and it'll ask you if you want to save it. You can go ahead and save it. We'll just call this tutorial kick. All right. So there's that. Now we have a kick drum. Let's go ahead and create, let's put it over here on this one, just so we can get a little A-B of the before and after once we're going. All right, so get back in there. All right, now we've got 4 on the floor kick. Okay, and when we listen to it against the original, you're going to notice a couple of differences, like the volume, that type of thing. And every sampler is going to have their own default settings that pop up when you open it, and you can create your own kind of default template. But here's how we get this closer to the original sound. We're going to take the volume curve here up. We'll go ahead and we'll take the regular volume up. We'll increase the release. We'll increase the delay, or the decay, and this should sound pretty darn close to the original. Let's just go ahead and listen to them back to back. Okay, so they sound pretty much identical now, but they, we still need to change the pitch. So let's go ahead and we'll toss a tuner onto this one. There it is. And we'll just listen as we play back here. Okay, so So this obviously needs to go up because A comes before C. And that's it. That's it. You just take this tune knob up 3 cents and it's tuned. Now you have a kick drum tuned to the key of C. Okay, so now let's listen to the A-B comparison of what it sounded like before when the original kick sample is playing, which is tuned to about A, and this one is tuned to C. Okay, so small difference, but you know, every little thing adds up over time, and you end up with a great sounding track when you start paying attention to these smaller details. So again, that is how you quickly and easily tune a kick drum sample, or any sample for that matter. We hope it made sense. Hopefully it added one more skill to your skill set, and something you can use in your next project. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you again soon. Cheers.